History being made by the Cowboys of Oklahoma State, who have captured now their 4th straight NCAA wrestling title and their 34th overall.
Of this run of 4 national championships, there isn't any question. The most exciting one, the most rewarding one was this year.
One good hard shot and finish it solid, and the match is mine.
So I know how hard it is for those guys to come back from the consolation bracket, and thank God we have wrestlers like that, because without them we wouldn't win.
I think anytime you come back and you repeat, it takes a special effort. Things aren't done the same from the year before. It may be done with new faces, new people. It's just a great privilege to be a part of that.
And sometimes in sports we throw the word dynasty around much too cavalierly, but not with Oklahoma State. When you talk about dynasty in one sport, the Cowboys and wrestling are synonymous.
Even though there were a few minor bumps in the road, Oklahoma State began and ended the season as the best wrestling team in the nation. Ranked number 1 to open the year, the Cowboys rolled up their 4th Big 12 championship in a row, 8th in 10 tries since the league was formed, then claimed their 4th straight national title in dominating fashion inside Oklahoma City's Ford Center. OSU crowned 2 national champions. Johny Hendricks defended his title at 165, and Jake Rosholt won at 197. It was Rosholt's 3rd national crown, making him just the 15th Cowboy to win that many over a career. In fact, Rosholt and Zach Esposito were both part of Oklahoma State's 4-year run through the NCAA championships.
Well, I'll start with Johny Hendricks. Just overall a Superman performance. Out there fighting for every point, out there wrestling for every victory. He was electrifying in his matches. You could see it in his eyes that he wasn't walking off that mat without giving it his all. And his all was everything he needed to win. But all I can say about Hendricks is that when the lights are turned on, this is a young man that shows up for his team, shows up for his teammates, and he's done it every time he's stepped to the mat at the NCAA championships for us.
Johny Hendricks! Wow! Your 2-time champ at 165.
The tradition, the family, the fans, everybody has a part in it, you know. For myself, getting to come back out in front of those fans one more year, you know, getting to be there, getting the support from them that we do, and knowing that every time I put on that singlet, I'm putting on, 34 national championships, a tradition, 100 and something All-Americans, 100 and something, national titles of individuals, and that's kind of stuff that I see when I put on that singlet, that I'm part of history in the making, If I do everything right, I'll be part of that history, and that's what drives me, because just to get a glimpse of what this place is about is amazing.
I'd like to probably lump Jake Rosholt and Zach Esposito together. Those are 2 individuals that came in our program at the same time, and probably the only 2 individuals that I can think of here at Oklahoma State that's ever been on 4 NCAA championship teams, meaning that they actually performed on those teams. Both of those guys have been very important to our program. Zach, it was just really enjoyable watching him in his career as he progressed. Didn't place as a freshman, came back, finished 2nd, won it as a junior. Seen him struggle at times this year, several situations, but yet fighting back in them consolations where I think it was real easy for him to lay down. I don't think he chose to wrestle for himself in those constellations. I think he chose to wrestle for his team.
Jake Rochelle, wow, what a wrestler. Legends are made in this sport, and there's one.
Jake Rochelle, what can you say? 20-1 at the NCAA championship. Really felt like a couple of those years he probably could have been awarded the outstanding wrestler, but he got what he wanted, and that was the NCAA title. You know, he's been a phenomenal wrestler for us, and we can use him for example after example in the future of guys that have struggled maybe during the season, but yet put it together at the end because they know that those are the things that you remember. Those are the things that you're going to live with, and he's going to be missed very much. But at the same time, the greatest feeling that I have for him is that he finished his career the way he wanted to, and that's being a 3-time national champion, a 4-time All-American.
We have been able to come in here and be part of 4 national championships. You know, there's probably not too many people who've done that.
So dominant was Oklahoma State's NCAA performance that the title was won before night 2 of the tournament was completed. 8 matches were decided by falls on the first day alone. It turned out to be a pin fest. Of OSU's 29 wins in the NCAA championships came by bonus points, and 11 of those wins were by fall as the Cowboys rolled up 122.5 points to second-place Minnesota's 84.
Well, it's incredible at the NCAA championships. You know, going in, several polls had us number 3. Most of them had us number 2. And to have our championship wrapped up in the second day after the evening on Friday, I tell you, there's a lot of credit that goes to these student athletes. They really bonded together at that tournament and said, we're going to get this done. And Friday was a day that I only hope we have many days like that. Was devastating to the field. I'd go from one mat to another so quickly because we were pinning everybody. I mean, the bonus points, 27.5, I believe, might have been a few more, is incredible considering that most of that was done with about 6 wrestlers. So the credit goes to us team. I mean, they said we're going to do it. This is the time to do it. This is the time to wrestle your best, and that's what they did at the NCAA championships.
OSU's 4th straight NCAA championship and 34th in 87 years of wrestling turned out to be that much sweeter since it was won in Oklahoma City.
You know, I wanted to win it there. You know, it's big because I had a lot of family members, a lot of friends, and just people there supporting me, you know, and that's what it's all about. Whenever you look, every time I step out there, I'd look around, you know, we had orange everywhere, you know, everywhere. And that was awesome to see because that's what got me pumped up, just seeing all those fans, you know. Yeah, people were booing me, but I heard our cheers, you know. Yeah, sometimes it was hard to, but you know, I knew which fans that would be there for me.
Did having to overcome some in-season challenges make the NCAA championship even more rewarding?
I think when we started the year this year, you have visions that you have the majority of your team back, and you just see things happen the way you see them. And obviously that didn't happen that way. Hit some bumps in the road, but in the end, it kind of makes it a little bit more rewarding when you did struggle, not only as a team at times, and we struggled even some of our wins, but individually we had some people struggle. it makes it that much more rewarding at the end, I believe. I choose not to go that route, but going through it and finishing the way you want to as a team, it was awfully exciting.
People saying, oh, y'all aren't going to win it, Minnesota's going to win it, or, you know, Iowa's going to win it, or Oklahoma's going to take it from y'all. You know, and it's definitely nice to be able to sit there and look back now and be like, you know, never had a doubt in my mind that we weren't going to have it, you know. Yeah, we got beat, but we wrestled our best at that tournament.
Yeah, we definitely had hit some bumps in the road, but I think us looking at it from internally and knowing what we were doing in the practice room and what we were doing day in and day out, that we were going to be ready. You know, nobody likes to lose, and we didn't like to lose, that's for sure. But like I said, we were getting ourselves ready for the NCAA tournament.
Arguably the greatest American wrestler to take the mat, John Smith has become the best coach on the collegiate level. He moved into legendary status with his 4th straight NCAA title. That ties him with Ed Gallagher, who won 4 in a row twice, from 1928 through 31, and again from 1937 through 1940. When OSU beat Arizona State at the national duels, he became the winningest coach at Oklahoma State, passing Tommy Chesbrough in the process. John has 236 wins and Tommy 227. His 90% winning percentage ranks 5th among OSU coaches. His 5 national titles rank 4th among Cowboy coaches. Ed Gallagher has 11, Art Griffith 8, and Myron Roderick 7. Among a long list of amateur championships, John won a pair of gold medals in the Olympics, 6 consecutive world championships, and was the first wrestler to ever win the Sullivan Award, which recognizes the top amateur athlete in the nation.
You know, it's kind of like when I was winning world championships, my run of 6 world championships. The greatest one was the last one. And for me, of this run of 4 national championships, there isn't any question. The most exciting one, the most rewarding one was this year. I think anytime you come back and you repeat, it takes a special effort. Things aren't done the same from the year before. It may be done with new faces, new people. It's just a great, privilege to be a part of that. To get to have an opportunity, first of all, to be a coach that coaches an NCAA championship team. It's a wonderful experience.
But he knows what it takes to win, obviously. You know, he's been there, done that, and if you don't believe in him, then you're crazy, because the guy knows what he's talking about, and if you believe in him and put your faith in him and, you know, follow behind him, you're going to get to where you want to go.
Coach, he knows when we need to succeed and when we can push our hardest or when we need to be our best. That's what's amazing about Coach is he knows. He knows when we've hit our breaking point. He knows when we haven't been pushed hard enough, and that's what makes a great coach, and that's what makes us great, because he knows every one of us. He knows when if like me, he knows that I can go harder sometimes, and if he sees that I'm going hard and I'm not doing real well, that he'll be like, you know, you're doing really good. And he won't criticize me, you know. But if I'm not doing as good as I can, and he knows that, he'll criticize me and be like, you need to get a little bit, you know, you need to work harder, you need to do this, you need to do that. And that's what makes us peak where we peak.
I look at this as a great opportunity for my career, my family, and I want to make the best of it. And the greatest place you can be is doing what you love. And I've been given that opportunity to do what I love to do, and that's be a part of wrestling and coach wrestling. The success that I've had here, you know, a lot of credit has to go to coaches before you that have helped build a tradition of a program that's not compared to any other program in the country, regardless of college athletics, professional sports, whatever. So a lot of thanks go to a lot of men who've given a lot of time and their energy of building this program. But you can't do it without student athletes. And sometimes I think a coach gets a lot more credit than they deserve. We tend to focus a little bit more on coaches in success, and we tend to focus on athletes in failure. Well, this program's been built on great athletes that believes in their program. That's what we had this year. And they're great athletes not because of their athletic ability. They're great athletes in this program because they love Oklahoma State. They wrestle hard for Oklahoma State. And every time they wear that orange singlet, they have a sense of pride and a responsibility when they step out there. Those are the people that built Oklahoma State.
No individual championship or team title is earned without the complete dedication and hard work from everyone on the roster. Wrestling is no different. This string of 4 straight titles not only reflects starting lineup talent, but also the effort of everyone in the room. Like that from senior to be Ethan Kyle.
It's been kind of fairy tale since I've gotten here. I've only been on national championship teams, so next year's going to be a whole new challenge, and we're looking forward to it. But I think it's there, and I'm looking forward to going trying after it at least. None of us really come here and expect to be not in the lineup. I mean, we all come here with a goal, and that's why I think you see people come in and give everything they have every day, because to them, they don't believe that they're just a backup or they're just workout partners. They're getting ready for their time, and hopefully everybody gets their time, but if not, then make the other guys in the room better. And it's that's like basically the whole idea of how the team succeeds. We basically are like kind of brothers, so hang out all the time and stuff. So if I can't be out there doing it, then it's almost kind of living through them is close enough. I mean, it's a thrill for sure to see them succeed and know that you did something for them.
Ethan Kyle, he's awesome. He's a great guy outside of the room. He works his butt off in the room, and just to see him get a chance to be in the lineup's awesome. I wish everybody could. Every time I step on the mat, they step on the mat as well. They're pushing me, through the hard times and the good times, So it's definitely important to give them thanks, because without them, we probably wouldn't be where we're at.
The majority of the kids in this room could probably go elsewhere and start. But it's so important that for them and to them to be here at OSU, and maybe they'll only get a year to start, but this program means that much to people is just amazing. Those are the people that really make our team. It's not the 10 that we're out there wrestling. It's not the 9 that we're at the NCAA tournament. It's the 30-something people that are in this room every day working their butts off.
Just like anything, you need support from your peers, and unfortunately, my peers are myself and Jack and other people that are struggling to get into the lineup. So I think there's something to it, but also, I mean, it's not like we get looked down upon by our teammates that are starters. So we're all just kind of the family, and it just so happens that the only 10 guys get to step out at a time. So I think I'll be ready when my time comes. It'll be my 5th year here now, so there's not much new that I'm going to be coming across, and I feel like I've got a great opportunity, and hopefully I can, go and get my dreams. So
it's all about being ready when your turn comes around.
The time is now for several of them. They've waited. They've been important people in this program and helping us win championships. Now it's their turn, and people are going to have to help them win team championships. So I'm excited, real excited about having people that have been in your program and playing key roles in preparing people for those individuals to get their shot. And that's the position we're in next year. We've got people that are going to be stepping into our lineup that deserves the opportunity to wrestle as a starter. In any program, when you look at wrestling, there's 10 guys that step out on the mat. We have 30, 31, 32 athletes on this team. I've always said that those 22 people are going to determine our success. And it's real important that, that those individuals understand their role at the time, because their role may be different the next year, like several of these guys will be. It's a different role. They're going to be as starters. And you can't have a self-centered, selfish attitude when you're trying to win championships. It just cannot exist. And I hope that our room believes that. I think for the most part we've proven that that's been the attitude of our room. And in the end, any individual award that you may win, whether it be an NCAA championship, whether it be an All-American, it would never, ever outweigh being a part of an NCAA championship team. You know, in my career as a college athlete here, that's the one thing I miss in my career, was being a part of an NCAA championship team. I would give my 2 titles to be a part of that national championship team. But Ethan Kyle, guys like Ethan Kyle, B.J. Jackson too in particular, very unselfish. Can't tell you that I hope that my son grows up with that type of unselfish attitude. I think any of us would be glad to have guys like that as sons.
And what about the challenge of winning 5 in a row?
Me and Coach talk about it. We've already talked about it, you know. He says, he said a saying, drive for 5, you know. And that's what I'm looking at, you know. We haven't won a title yet. I haven't won a title yet. And as soon as this banquet's over with, that's the way I'm looking at things, and hopefully I can be on top again.
What I'm excited about is I know that the drive for 5 is probably the greatest challenge that we've had in the last 4 years. That's what I'm excited about. Knowing that new faces in the lineup, guys without credentials stepping in for us, I believe we can motivate it. I believe that we can get this done. I believe that that we have the right attitude among the people that are probably going to be filling these slots. That's what excites me. If I didn't have that, if I didn't see the individuals with the right attitude, it might be a little bit of a different story of how excited I am. But that's why I'm excited, because they're excited about their opportunity.